This is episode 31 or 32 on Silicon Reel, and I think you're the very first entertainment company that we've had on.
Yeah.
You know, we've had all the not the usual suspects, but all the tech startups that want to, outsource all this unusable inventory, Y-Plan, Halo, that kind of thing. We've had the people that want to create new tech products, Pixel Pin, that kind of thing. But we really haven't had anyone whose main job is to entertain. And it just must be strange because you guys started from so small and you created these products. I mean, you guys are competing against the big entertainment companies in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And what makes you guys think you can do that? Or is that part of the innovator's dilemma that you guys do it better?
It's an interesting one. I think IP is fascinating because it's hard to do. And there aren't that many companies, I think, that can create really interesting IP from scratch. So it's not like it's kind of a defensible idea because it's not going to be hundreds of companies that try and enter that space. You have to have a certain DNA to do that. We are going up against the big companies, but the interesting thing about the bigger companies is that they struggle with digital. Even Disney, their digital side is not great. And they're really struggling with how they kind of approach digital, and their digital products are okay, but they're not kind of hugely successful. So we are attacking it from that angle. We can be a digital entertainment company because we have that DNA from the scratch, whereas with those guys, it's like trying to turn a tanker and get that DNA in their business.
But they've been turning for 5 years. It must be surprising to you that they haven't got it right quicker. Or is it not?
Not really, not given how big they are. I mean, these are massive corporations. It's hard for them to kind of change their DNA over a period of time. They will get it eventually, but we have time in that time to kind of disrupt and kind of get big. But yeah, I just think that we as a company have a really innate understanding now of kids, and we've built up some really interesting expertise. So yeah, we can be a challenger, and who doesn't love an underdog as well? That's the other thing about this. People kind of love our story because all of the companies we're up against are big behemoth companies and the little challenger company. But yeah, I think that we do have the DNA to do this. And right now we're producing 2 other IPs that aren't Moshi. So this is the test of whether we can really do this and do it multiple times as well with different IPs. But they're amazing, so I think the answer is yes.
Is that the trick? I mean, because you guys have been doing Moshi for 6-7 years, and is it fair to say that is your main income stream? Everything Moshi?
Mm-hmm. Everything Moshi at the moment is our main income stream. But Moshi is interesting because it has over 200 characters in Moshi that are all quite different. So we've not just produced one thing and then carried on with it. We've adapted that over a period of time. But now it is time to prove that we can do other things for other demographics as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your major source of revenue, is it in-game purchases?
So it's half and half,
Okay.
half digital and half physical now.
Okay.
And that's kind of crept up over a period of time. But yeah, we have half and half revenue now.
Cool. And there's quite a bit of drama going on right now about in-game purchases and controlling it. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could shed some light on that and where you guys stand.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one because it's like watching an evolution in the market.
Right.
So I think in different countries, so in the US, in-app purchasing and kids sort of feels like less of an issue because they're kind of more used to it. It's a more established thing there. I think that's where we will get to as well. It's really difficult. The OFT are currently conducting investigations into these different companies and aggressive kind of commercialization practices towards children and so on. And we don't want to do that. We want children to really enjoy our products and so on. But ultimately, we're also a business.
Right.
So we're just trying to be really mindful of kids and not trying to over-commercialize children, but also trying to produce something that's of value to children and parents. Use the trust that we have with parents as well so that we have that as kind of part of our DNA too. But ultimately, we're a business. We feel like the in-app purchases thing will change over a period of time, and we will try and help educate children, parents along that journey, as we have done with the web.